Hey guys, Shane DiMaio for the Staten Island Advance, and for this whole month, we're talking about recreational marijuana, medical marijuana, and the battle between both, how they play off of each other. In this part of the series, we're actually speaking to a source on the streets. First of all, disclaimer, the Staten Island Advance does not approve of illegal marijuana sales, although, luckily enough, when you grow up in the neighborhood I grew up in, you come across some people. This is Joey. He's going to go by Joey. He lives on Staten Island, was born and raised on this borough, and he does sell weed. Now, with it being legal in some states, illegal in others, no better person to talk to on how this may affect some sales. So first off, Joey, thanks for joining us today, man. I really appreciate it.
No doubt, no doubt.
You were born on Staten Island. How long have you actually been selling weed to people?
25 now. So since I'm 13.
Medical marijuana has been legal in New York State and across the country in different states as well. When that went into effect, did that affect your business at all, being in New York with medical marijuana dispensaries?
Nah. Not at all. It's not affected New York in a way like it has affected places like Arizona and states like Nevada and California. There's just not enough of guys like me that's being able to flood it out like that.
Do you know of any of your customers that might come to you to buy weed for something they believe is a medical condition, and you might be cheaper?
Yeah. I mean, we're always going to be cheaper. A big company could sit there and grow all the weed that they want, but we're still going to grow it too. And we're still going to make it cheaper. Just like China's always going to make it cheaper, right? Because that's what you want. That's what you need. These big dispensaries, they got their growers or they grow themselves, and they have a lot of it, but it's more expensive. You got to have a card. Not everybody got a card, but everybody could just go outside and see a neighborhood dealer. California, other places, it's changed to, $10 for a whole gram. Prices are a lot cheaper on the street market. We're not dealing with Uncle Sam.
Essentially, medical marijuana hasn't made an impact on your sales. Now, recreational marijuana is a completely different thing. We think that the new governor in New Jersey might implement that, which is right over the bridge. Does that make you nervous at all with recreational marijuana being legal and other people being able to go not in just medical dispensaries, other dispensaries, and getting it?
It could, but at the same time, it's not really going to. You could go walk to the store and go buy you a bag of weed, I guess, is what they're going to be doing. But I could also be right there outside the store, and I'll give you a better deal. How can I be able to give you a better deal? Is that what you want to know?
There's the question, my man. I mean, I'm wondering how you can give a better deal. How do you go about that process?
I could take myself to California. I go meet these people that all they do is grow weed. They don't even got sneakers. They're barefoot, clipping trimming stuff, drinking weed, green eggs with weed and ham and like it's a part of their life. They sit down, crisscross applesauce. They don't know what to do with it. They just here's a lot of it for very low prices. To not get into detail, we're going to bring it back to New York. How are you going to compete? I could be a dispensary too. I just don't have all the tax money that they're going to want to open one of those things. You see, it's a big market. Basically, at the end of the day, the government's turning it into big drug dealer corporations too.
Now, obviously, you're in the business of it. I'd assume you'd have a positive outlook on it. But if we're being as honest as we can right now, what do you think about the effects of weed? Do you think it's a good idea for it to actually be legal?
Why can't we be okay with smoking weed if we know that it helps that little baby that has seizures or can help you without amending you to be a drug addict on pills? Me personally, I wouldn't want to be a drug addict and turn into having an addiction because the doctor said, here's this pill, it's going to help you. The weed helps, and it comes from the earth. Smoking's not good, but overall it helps many lives. So I don't see what's wrong with it.
For your customers on Staten Island that do buy weed, do you think that ever leads, in your opinion, to them going on to harder stuff, different dealers, opioids? We know that Staten Island has a problem with heroin, obviously. What's your take about that gateway drug field for marijuana?
Gateway drug, I suppose. Weed might make you want to go to other things, like they say it's a gateway drug, but heroin, opioids, the weed will help you get off of that. But some people they just got addictive personalities, and maybe the weed's not enough. So if you're using weed to get high and to get thrown out of your mind, I think that you're on your way to the next thing. Now, those of us that's going to be using it because maybe we can't sleep, maybe we can't eat, maybe we're stressed out,
Right.
maybe who knows? You put it in there. it's gonna help, and it's for what we're for. So if you abuse things, yeah, you might go on to the next thing, but that doesn't mean if one person abuses marijuana and now he's a pill addict and now he's a heroin junkie, it doesn't mean that if this guy smokes it that his seizures won't go away. It's going to go away, and help him too. So I think, to each his own.
You shared a lot of information with us today. I really appreciate it, but I got to ask you the question because everyone's going to want to know. How can you sell weed on Staten Island when we have this major opioid crisis, heroin crisis? Are you not part of the problem?
I don't deal with that. I choose not to have a disliking toward it, so I don't feel like I am whatsoever one bit part of the problem. I'm definitely in a different market, If you walk into Taco Bell, you get a bad taco, what does McDonald's have to do with it? You understand?
It's a good analogy.
I'm McDonald's. Deal with weed over here. What I got to do with the kid that died on pills?
Joey from Staten Island, 12-year experience selling weed, giving his insight on what he thinks is going to happen now that medical marijuana is legal and may have legal recreational marijuana here in New York. Thanks a lot, man.
Hey, no problem.